Welcome to the Lock Experience podcast, where passion for locks comes to life and conversations dive deep into the world of lock care, styling, and so much more. We are your hosts, Adri and Ken. We are bringing you an immersive lock experience like no other. Our mission is to create a space for lock enthusiasts, locticians, salon owners, and dermatologists and more to engage, converse, and share all things locks. From care tips to maintenance, health, business, and beyond, we are here to shine light on the lock community and its unique story.
Join us as we embark on this exciting journey, uncovering the beauty, depth, and the resilience of locks and the people who cherish them. Get ready to be inspired, educated, and entertained in every episode of the Lock Experience podcast.
Welcome back to the Lock Experience podcast. Today we have an extraordinary guest. Her name is Jemorra, and her business is called Morra Locs. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate you taking the time out to sit with us today and just tell us about your journey. I want to ask, what inspired you to get to starting locks and become a loctician?
My story is a little bit funny because this wasn't my path at all.
Okay.
My husband and I both had started our locks probably a year or so apart from each other.
Okay.
We was pregnant with I think we had just got married. We had got pregnant with our second child. So I'm like trying to save money, obviously. So I decided to start learning how to do locks. And I get on YouTube, seeing how to do it. So I started twisting my husband's hair. And so it just kind of started as a hobby, something to save money, and it then grew into a passion for me. So
Okay.
It was about in 2018.
And you've been doing it ever since?
I've been doing it ever since. And yeah, I run a successful business.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna say, like, being so fresh in the game, what were some challenges you had to overcome, and how was you able to overcome them when you first started?
Kind of sticking to my policy, or like developing a policy for one, because starting out I didn't have that. It was just like, you hit me up on my DM, I'm gonna do your hair type of thing.
So it's like just trying to getting some structure as far as like with your business is what you're saying?
Yeah, and sticking to it.
Okay.
Getting some structure, like developing a policy and sticking to it. Because, as you know, people are people and they're going to try to push. You give them a little bit and then they kind of take them out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Can you explain for someone who is interested in starting locks, the process and just some things to expect just from your expertise?
What I typically like to do is schedule like a consultation with people.
Okay.
I kind of bring them in. I'm really big on like making sure energies align. So I bring my client in because for one, I don't know the person obviously. So I bring them in to kind of see if our energy is aligned, and I kind of discuss things with them. As far as like what their goals are and if I'm able to provide what their desire is. And just kind of go forth from there.
I think that's so important, consultations. I run to a lot of clients and they be like, oh, well, I went with you because you offered a consultation. So they feel like, okay, you actually care about my hair. You actually going to ask me the questions. You actually going to get down to the bottom to service me the way I want to be serviced. I want to ask, have you ever ran into somebody who you came to the consultation and your energies wasn't so aligned? If so, like, how did you manage to like let them go and redirect them?
That's so funny that you asked that or bring that up. I did have a client that came and she seems to be, I'm a more calm, mellow person. Like that's my personality. That's how I vibe. So this particular client was like a very high energetic person.
Okay.
And it obviously don't really mix well.
Yeah.
So when she came, it was a little bit off. I'm like, okay, I got to go and kind of get myself together to make sure I'm presenting my best self because our energies aren't aligned. We got through the consultation and they actually ended up coming back to an appointment to be serviced by me. But I ran into those situations a lot.
They still a client today?
No. So energy don't lie. It just didn't. It just fall off. Yep.
Yeah. When it's funny, I don't know. Just discussing this, like in my business, I kind of hold it like I I manifest what I desire, if that makes sense.
Yes.
As far as like clientele and who, just in alignment.
Who you attract.
I want, I put out, I desire this type of client, and that's what type of client comes to me. I was just speaking with someone recently, and I was just telling them that I don't typically get the clients that I don't mesh well, but if they happen to creep in, they just organically fall off.
Yes.
And I love that. I love that I bring that energy into my business.
Yes. Yeah, that's so important, because I feel like in today's age, we live in a society where when it comes to business, it's all about money. It's like, it don't matter who you getting the money from, just get it. But being an entrepreneur, you could kind of choose who you want to service. It's okay to be like, I'm sorry, I cannot service you. But they're trying to make you feel bad, like, well, you a business, so you gonna have to service everybody. And it's like, no, I can refer you to some other people. It's
That's why I think the consultations are important.
Yes.
You can, when you bring that person in, you're not only seeing if you can provide the service that they want, you want to see if you guys mesh well, because if, like we do, you and I both have like home-based businesses. So you don't want to be uncomfortable in your home.
Exactly.
That's your space. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're providing their service and you're behind their head, that's still, if you're uncomfortable, that energy is also pouring into that client.
Yes.
So now it kind of, the situation isn't organic. It's going to sway because the energies are bouncing off of each other and they clash.
And I can really tell you really passionate about, what you do. Just even speaking on just the energy. You don't want to put no bad energy into nobody's hair, because, like she said, energy definitely transfers. So you want to make sure that whatever loctician that you're going with, or whatever client you're going with, it definitely has to match, because it would throw everything off.
It really does. And you can't be your best self. And I think on either person. And like I said, like I have a very organic business. Like it flows. Like I have people come and sit in my seat and they don't even talk to people. They say it all the time.
Yeah.
And they be like, I just be so shut off, and it just flows. They let me in. And for me particularly, the type of person that I've always been like closed off, don't really talk for real. But having people open up to me like that it was very challenging for self.
Yeah.
It was very challenging for me and my goals, and it pushed me to become the person that
That's
I love.
awesome.
That's why I'm so passionate about being a loctician and being in this field, because it elevated me.
That's
you know
awesome.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw where it was coming from, and it's just like, okay, this is my assignment, and my assignment is the gift of touch.
Yeah.
I'm touching my clients. You know what I'm saying? I'm pouring into them. They're also pouring into me, because as I'm dealing with my clients, whatever they're sharing to me, and if I have a word that was given to me to speak life into them, it's me getting out whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm also going through something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is.
Exactly.
We all are. So once it comes out on either party, it's like either this message is for me to receive or this message to give. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's kind of how I flow. Like, and
it works.
It works.
Yes,
it's joy.
It works. Yes. That's awesome. I love it.
Yep. I like to think like I like to say I like to shine. Like, I'm gonna give you a little shine, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a little shine. It's just not saying that I'm the one. No, it's making you see that you're the one too. You know what I'm saying? Yes. This is your confidence when I'm comfortable with me, right? Yeah, because it makes you relax, you less tense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she chill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It all go hand in hand. It flows like it needs to flow.
And I'm thinking just about the health part as far as the consultation, because somebody, you might not want to do to her based on potential health issues that you might see within their scalp, you know what I'm saying, such as seborrheic dermatitis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What are some tips you can give to the people for maintaining healthy locks in general?
I'm a big stickler on like less product, if that makes sense. Like even their care outside of home. Outside of my place of business or whatever, it's like water and oil. And then I typically tell my clients like I like to tell them only choose one oil. Don't mix oils, because if they have like the
seborrheic dermatitis,
if they have dermatitis issues or psoriasis or anything like that, it don't counteract, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Sometimes when you mix too many oils, then that has a negative side effect on that. So if you stick to the one oil, you can always bring it back to say, okay, that tea tree oil didn't work for me. You know it's not the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I had an issue. What was that oil I got at that company?
Grapeseed oil.
Yeah, man, that thing had me flaking, itching.
Flaring up galore.
My husband has like eczema, and he had it in his locks really, really bad. So that was like my first experience with it. And we did research, and it was like, okay, he can use vitamin E oil, he can use this oil. And so I mixed them all together. And I'm like, okay, let me oil his scalp. And he had a negative reaction to it. He was like, he was even more flared up than what he was. But it's funny because I'm in this business, but everything came with like trial and error. You know
Exactly.
I'm not a licensed, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a licensed cosmetologist, but like, I don't know, I'm learning as I'm going, and then the desire to even do that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It definitely helps. Even whether you licensed or not, you got the experience, you got the passion. Because
it's the
passion. It's so many people who have an actual license and they're not as passionate.
Right? You can tell.
Yes, you could definitely.
Clients and you're like they didn't tell you that.
Right.
You know
They even care.
It's not judging them, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, like people should tell you, like, you can wash your hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put brown gel in your hair. Like,
just to even look it up to see,
yeah.
Like you expect, like, okay, when you do something, like you said, you learn from the experience. You research something, you use the oil, and you saw it had negative reaction. Yeah. So you know just off experience that everything not gonna work for everybody. So that's why it's important to have those trial and errors and learn from that experience. So kudos to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so transparent when it comes to that. Like being like, even with my clients, it's like, if you feel like, I just started some locks the other day, and I always put this out. It's like, okay, if you leave today and you like what you have, and you get home and you decide that you don't like what you have, please tell me.
Yeah, say something.
I am willing to change that because I am not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect. My voice be crooked sometimes, all the time, and I'll be back there trying to point again.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know.
Yes.
And obviously, oftentimes they don't.
Yeah, just that communication. It's so important. Just having that strong communication between the client and the stylist, because I see so many times clients going on social media and blasting. It's like, did you talk to her at least? Did you express to her before you blasted her?
So bad.
You never had that experience with anybody some silly stuff like that? Or?
Like going on social media? No.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I conduct my business in a very professional manner, and I let although I have a lot of pushback with my policy and how I like to conduct my business, they respect it. And I think it's because I'm so straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a whole list of rules like some stylists does on their website, but it's just like, okay, text me when you come to the house, you know what I'm saying? Don't whatever the rules are.
Yeah.
I try not to bend
Follow the protocol,
Yeah, and it's simple.
For sure.
You either with it or you ain't. It's real simple.
I want to know, like, what's some like the most popular styles that people ask you to like do the most, like been asked to curate, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny. Obviously 2 strands. Like, that's everybody's go-to thing. Everybody want to do 2 strands. Yeah, like every so often I'll get a client or two, they'll be like, just go ahead and freestyle, and I get to kind of play around a bit, and I obviously enjoy that. Because I get to see what I can do.
Yeah.
Since I am a learning. I know I ran into a couple clients that were like, they kind of hold you in a box. They don't necessarily, they haven't seen you do it, so then they think that you can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, just ask me if I can do it.
Right, show me a picture and let me, I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, it may not be exactly like that, but then that's what makes it even more unique.
Exactly.
It's
So would you say that the freestyling is like your favorite type of styles to do?
Yeah, I like to freestyle.
Okay.
I like both. I like to freestyle, and I also like when clients bring me innovative styles to do, if that makes sense. Like styles that are that's outside of my box.
Okay.
Or the box that they put me in. But yeah.
I want to ask, how does, so, you know, you have locks, and I remember you had, when I first met you, you had a full set of beautiful long locks, and now you have them again, you started over. So, can you just speak on how does locks influence your lifestyle?
Good question.
That's actually a really, really good question. It could be, I can take this so many places. I think like when I first started my locks, it was not like it was just another hairstyle for me.
Okay.
And I had my first set of locks 8 years.
Okay.
8 years.
Like 8 years, those locks was like with me. You know what I'm saying? They went through all the things that I went through throughout my life. So last year, my 35th, going into my 35th year, it was like I was evolving as a woman. You know what I'm saying? I was just coming out of doing things like running the business, as I mentioned before.
Okay.
It was just evolving me. So I don't know, around that time I decided to just like take a break, or not necessarily take a break, or just kind of sit free, if that makes sense. And those locks was attached to all of that. Even though I'm changing all of this stuff, it's like I still had these locks. So it was like, I don't know, for my birthday I told my husband I was gonna either cut them shorter
Our store.
I ain't tell him I was gonna cut them off. Like a couple days for my birthday, it's a long story, but a couple days for my birthday, I went to to get my hair done, and I came back and they was gone.
And they was gone.
They was gone, and that was my first time. That even took me on the journey. That was my first time ever even having my hair short.
Yeah, that was cute on
now,
you too.
Look, right? So now I gotta reintroduce myself to that new woman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's new for me. And then find her confidence. And so that's where I'm at now with these set of locks. It's like I'm a completely different woman. And then my plant, because I like to think of my locks as a plant, and they have energy. They're growing with me. So I see I don't look like the girl that was just there last week. You know what I'm saying? So every day it's like a challenge because I get up, today they sticking up. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow they may be flat. And it's just beautiful watching them evolve. And I'm literally putting water and oil in my hair.
Yes.
That's it.
I like the beginning stages of locks is so precious. It really helps you appreciate just you, because it's your hair, and you realize you get to learn and like, oh, my hair do this, my hair don't do this. It's like you just accept yourself more, like, and it's a journey.
It grow from like nothing to this. I'm like, I just cut my hair in September of last year, and my hair is already this long. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's
growing and flowing.
Yeah, it's growing and flowing. Yep. Even when choosing the right client or the right loctician, it's about like, are you able to put that growing and flowing energy into that person?
Exactly.
Because if this is me and this is who I am, you know what I'm saying, I'm putting that into this person and what I'm speaking and then service I'm providing. Yes.
So considering that you did the chop, you started over, for individuals out there who are interested in starting their locks or have started locks currently, what is some advice you can give them? Some encouraging advice. Of course, we know trust the process, but the fact that you're actually going through it, what is it that gets you through the process?
Going with the wave. I think just going with the wave. Like if you wake up here, you don't feel the best, like create that. Yeah. Like for one,
I like that.
Setting your intentions. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big believer in meditation and setting your intentions. Like I like to start my day. If I wake up and I feel down, then I know that I need to set those intentions to boost it up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I wake up and I've had anxiety, I know I need to meditate on my anxiety. You know what I'm saying? We have to listen to what our bodies are telling us. Because they're telling us things.
Yes.
They're telling us stuff. So go with the wave is what Go with the wave is what I tell them. Feel what you feel.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Feel what you feel.
Do you have any home care tips for those out there with locks?
Use your water and oil.
Water
and oil. I like to prefer a mist bottle because I just feel like it gets the job done versus the regular spray bottle. Water and oil. Eat your vegetables and your fruits.
So important.
Please drink your water.
Yes.
Stay hydrated.
Do you juice stuff like that?
I juice? Not So I don't juice currently, but do I drink cold pressed juices? Yes.
Okay.
I actually purchased some. I purchased like a couple in a week. You know what I'm saying? I take them throughout the week.
Okay.
Drink them for breakfast. I do. Currently, right now, I have gone vegetarian.
Okay. Yes. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. This is a new.
house.
I know I say vegetarian, but I gotta give a disclaimer. So I'm transitioning.
You transitioning.
So I do indulge in like a chicken sausage every blue moon, but for the most part,
That's so funny.
that is.
But
so
you
ironic that y'all
transitioning,
like that.
yeah.
Right, but it's
So I
it
get
ain't
it.
even been like I'll probably have one once every couple of days. It's been so fun, just going through this whole journey and just finding the courage to even do it.
Yes.
Because my family, I am like a mom, and I'm a mom and a wife. They haven't transitioned with me.
Yeah.
They haven't transitioned with me, so I still have to cook meat for them. You know what I'm saying? And then like I'm choosing to do different, but it's been fun.
That's awesome.
It's been fun. So back to what you asked, yes. Raw fruits and vegetables, of course, if you could do that, or just choose better options.
Right, because people don't realize the food that they eat is all coming out your top of your head.
Yes.
Right. And just what they put in it, the fruit, the water, the vitamins, all of it.
It affects your growth, you know?
That, I don't know, you get a client that they'll be thin, or they'll have like eczema or dermatitis or anything of the sort, and it's like, okay, how's your diet?
Exactly.
Those are some important questions to ask. I don't mean to get personal on that level, but it's like, how's your diet?
Yes.
Along with what products you're putting in your head, because that's very important.
Very important. Some people, they focus so much on the outside. It's like, oh, I'll put some oil on top of it, it's going to be cool. But no, because what you putting inside your body is literally a reflection of the outside. So you got to focus on what you're putting it in. Like this overall health is just going to make sense. So.
Yep. And I've grown to that. You know, I wasn't always there, so I'm obviously giving people grace and understanding.
Yeah.
But it's a transition, and
Definitely.
I feel like when people are ready, they'll get there. But you know, that's why it's important, because again, you can choose to not accept that client because they're not aligned with.
Exactly. Yep.
Speaking of transitions, though, just take you through with me, like, how was you able to the transition into running your home-based business, and then like, what's some challenges and rewards you have seen come along the way as you continue to embark on your journey?
I don't necessarily think I had like challenges with the transition of starting the business. I think mostly it was just not clocking, like I said, being able to set my own hours.
Okay.
That was more so the thing, like you don't have to do this way. You can change this because it is your business.
Exactly.
And then it being my home, like realizing, okay, this is your home, so you have to decide. Like I have to decide whether or not I'm gonna be comfortable in my, with these people in my home, because I can't be timid and produce my best work behind the client. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to feel your best to do your best.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, because she does it, just the different spirits and people coming into your house. You have to consider that as well.
Yes, all that energy.
Yeah, because you have to, again, you cannot be having your best, you cannot be having your best day when you wake up. You still a human, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so that shifts and changes based on what's coming into your home. You can have a person in there in heighten it, or you can have a person that'll make you more settled and calm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's no challenges in the transition. Just being confident in the fact that I'm making the best decision for my business. You know what I'm saying?
You got any advice for like people who want to like just start their own at-home business? Besides on what you just pretty much got on, as far as like, just watching the energy that come in your home and things like that.
Any advice? Like, do your research. Like, lean on like the peers as far as like local Locticians. I know like how you and I met was just me messaging you and asking you about the hair show that you invited me to, right?
That's what's up. Just
Right.
simple network.
Just simple
Yes.
networking. And it was just a very organic conversation. Like, hey, how'd you hear about that event? And she was like, oh yeah, I just such and such, and passed me the information. Then I saw y'all there this year, right?
Yeah, that was so weird. It's like out of all them people, we ran into each other.
I know, right?
Like-
Right. I talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
I'm go ahead and sideways, but
Yeah.
whatever. But no, I talk about you all the time because I see. For one, I'm not from St. Louis. I'm from Illinois. Although I live in St. Louis, like there's so many local Locticians around here, and I know that you know a lot of them, and it's like, dang, like her and I have developed this like business friendship.
Yes.
It's so cool.
Yes,
You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it.
And it seems like you and I are in alignment about like basically bringing together us, because we don't have to be segregated,
Exactly.
and separated in competition.
Exactly.
You can refer to me, I can refer to
Yes.
you. You know what I'm saying? It's so dope.
Collaboration,
It's so
like
dope. Like, do you know how much we can all conquer? You know what I'm saying? We can all get together and think like that.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
We only stronger together. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
We stronger
Only
together. And I'm like, look, I be like, little old me. She did, out of all these people, she didn't invite me to this workshop. I get in, I'm thinking I'm finna see a couple people I know, you know what I'm saying? Then I look over, I'm like damn, she only invited me. Like,
and that's the thing, like
you know what I'm saying?
I love your energy. I really do love it. You are such an awesome person.
Thank you.
I try, I try my best. I just love sharing information. Like, why not? But everyone is not, so they don't take that. They don't want to get involved. So to each his own.
Yeah.
But you
But
always,
I love it,
yes, I love your
I really
energy.
appreciate that.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah. Sorry.
Nah,
I just said that I respect you.
Yeah.
That's what the Lock experience is about, man.
Yeah.
Speaking on your experiences in the Lock community, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is your Lock experience right here.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
With that being said, do you think you're going to transition to ever like going into like traditional salon, or you like in your home-based business?
So I don't think I will transition into a home base, like not a home base, but in a traditional salon.
Okay.
I'm actually leaning more towards like the shed. My husband and I are starting some new projects or whatever. I'm actually looking to purchase a home. So we're looking for space where I can put my own shed.
In the back?
Yes. In the back.
Yes.
And I'm like, although I don't know where like this experience or this journey is taking me as far as being a Loctician, I still want to have that part of that. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
definitely.
Even if I have a couple people working for me, it'll be on my property. And the shed would be big enough to where it can be maybe 2 to 3 people. or
Yes.
whoever.
Make it
My
make
girls,
sense.
I have 2 daughters and they're young, but they interested in doing her. So it's like
That's
if
awesome.
I don't, continue, they could. Like, I don't know. I be looking at my life and I
Yes.
I just see like, so, I don't know. There's so many influences and like inspirations, and like as I really look at my life and reflect back, it's like this is like generations to generations, because like my great aunt was a cosmetologist in Chicago. Then my mom became a cosmetologist.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's
And
the line.
Right, it's through the
you know what I'm
line.
saying? And then I look on my dad's side, and it's like my dad and great uncles cut her. You know what I'm saying?
So you got on
now
both
it's back to
sides,
me,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's up to me to continue on the legacy in some way, whether it's behind the chair or whether it's just putting it into like just the whole beauty field.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? To continue on those legacies. So those are my inspirations, though.
That's awesome. I love it.
Actually, can you just share with like a memorable experience, from or a story from your work that inspired you?
The relationships that are being created with my clients, I don't know, they're just so touching. Like I have some older sets of clients. I'm not gonna say older, but more like older than me. And just those organic relationships that I'm creating. Like I just this one particular client haven't come to me in a while for whatever reasons, nothing like that, but she just randomly messaged me on my personal line. For one, she respects the fact that I have a personal and a business line. She messaged me on my personal line just to as she said, shine a little light on my family. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's sweet.
Those type of things are the things that kind of keep me going as far as like staying in the business. It's like, damn, she creating these relationships. Now I have this another woman or another queen that's putting it to me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Family doesn't have to be the family that you come from.
Exactly.
Like it's the family that it's the people that choose to shine a light in your life to let you know like it's okay to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I know just from my experience and, dealing with clients, it'd be some awesome people that you actually meet from being your client. Like that is one of the most wonderful experience like ever. You just never know who you, yes.
Connection to something else.
Exactly.
I got this, I have like, I service like an older woman. So she's telling me about stuff that's going on with somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I've serviced like doctors that are in schools. Like those things, it's like,
right.
Little me. You know
right. Okay.
I got a whole doctor too. I've serviced 2 of them, like musicians, Grammy Award winners.
Oh, Ty, you be like, oh wow, like how did you find me? Like what you?
That's one of the first things I say. Like how you find me? Like what made you come to me? You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm very grateful. You know something.
You just humble. You be like, man, like. It's a way to keep you humble.
No,
yes.
for sure. Something that gets me though, like when it comes to being in this field, is the fact that like clients put so much trust into you, and it's like it feels good, but it's also so uncomfortable at the same time. I have this one client. She like, no, I want you to tell. She's like, tell me what to do. Like I'm trusting you. I'm like, bro, like don't.
Right, look, it's too much pressure.
Like, this is too much. Like, please don't put all that trust in me. Like, I really appreciate it.
Man, I understand. Like, I have this client to the where, like, she want me to do everything. Even, you know how in between your retwists, you'll wash her hair. She want me to even do that. She want me to rinse her hair. Like I appreciate the trust so much, but it's like, whoa, I got some.
Right.
Responsibility.
Right.
Big responsibility.
I stay encouraging my clients, like, don't be afraid to like wash your hair. And if in between time you need to retwist, just remember that I twist to the right.
Okay, yes.
Like,
look.
You don't have to come every so like I'm not that I'm trying to push them away like I don't want their business, but I believe that it's their crown and they should also know it. Like,
exactly, yes.
They be like, no, like I'm gonna just, you don't understand. I'm like, come on now, just.
Like that's a part of the journey, knowing how to maintain your own hair as well. You know,
yes.
it all go hand in hand.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the hardest hairstyle you ever had to do? Because you ever run into one of the person that was like, I can't master this. You know what I'm saying? Or you can do any hairstyle.
Or you ain't master it yet.
Yeah. Buns. I feel like I be struggling with buns sometimes, but again, I'm a perfectionist. I'm sorry, this piece stay right. Let me move.
Right, look.
Like I know, just go ahead and do you.
Okay. I definitely understand. It's like the way you see it, you know how it's supposed to be right. So let me go ahead and get this right for you.
And don't let me get it all the way up there, and then I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I gotta.
Right, it'd be like, look, go ahead. But I know they appreciate that though.
Sure.
You ain't letting them walk out any kind of way.
They always say that. Like I appreciate the fact that you're such a perfectionist.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to take so long. Whatever. But yeah.
If your locks can talk, what would they say? These the new locks, though. So
right, the new locks.
So what would the old locks say versus what would the new locks would say? Put it like that.
My old locks would probably say, give yourself grace. My new locks would probably say, continue to be free and fly.
Okay.
So.
That's awesome. Well, do you have anything that you would like to share with our audience? Definitely share where they can find you at your Instagram, TikTok, or your social medias. And what encouraging word do you have for our audience?
Well, again, I am Jemorra from Morra Locs. I own and operate all of that, my own business. and it is Morra Locs LLC. I'm super proud of it. You can find me on Facebook at Morra Locs, and you can also find me on Instagram at Morra Locs as well. I just like to spread love and shine.
Yeah.
And if that reaches you, let it and let it flow. What I like to just, what encouraging word would just be, continue to go through the waves and flow as you flow.
That's beautiful. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all tap in with her, man. You being
Yes.
a beautiful sister right here, because she's
Yeah.
doing real major things out here in St.
Yeah.
Louis, you know. So
And we just want to
areas.
We want to thank you again so much for coming. This was an awesome interview. I can't wait till our guests see it.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.